Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Prime Time on EA Sports. Tonight, we're keeping it in the AFC West. It's the LA Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Everyone's still celebrating the return of regular season football, and we're away in week 2. This taken from the 12. And he's brought down just inside the 25. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. And they're going to run for the first time now with the rookie from Boise State. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Shotgun snap to Smith. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. Tried getting that one to Brock Bowers. And that means 3rd down coming up.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Pressure comes, Smith. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. That's grabbed inside the 30. And this gets close to the red zone. He is inside the 25.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly, you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Genty from the gun. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Smith to the air now. That's taken in nicely by Brock Bowers. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. Here's Genty. Breaks the... and he barrels across for the touchdown. The Raiders take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series. And then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball.
And he misses on the extra point, so a good start for their offense, but not for him kicking it. Score stays at 6-0. Well, we're going to pause here, and for good reason. One of the Raiders was injured on that play and is being tended to. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. First and 10 from the 41. Herbert from the gun. And they make this stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Gosh, that is so demoralizing defensively. You do everything right, you draw it up right, you got double coverage, and yet you still can't take the ball away.
They'll run here with Amari on Hampton. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
2nd and 13. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Now an inside give to Hampton. Tackle made at the 10, 1st and goal coming up.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Hampton. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Chargers find an answer with their opening drive. Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers literally won up that opening touchdown drive, huh? As they take a 7-6 lead here. The Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. And he didn't strike that one true, Brock. It came down short of the landing zone he had to reach, so give them the football up at the 40. Smith on first down. Got a man, it's Mayer. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 48. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And 2nd down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. Looking to throw, Smith. Gets it to him on the screen. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down, but plenty of damage already done.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Down to the 10. And that is a touchdown. The Raiders take a 5-point first quarter lead.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
And it's another miss. His 2nd extra point has been off the mark. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Darius Davis to return it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10 now, Herbert. Throwing the out route complete. They get 13 on the pickup, and the Chargers will have a first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Herbert on 1st down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Herbert to throw once more. Dumped off to his running back. Oh, putting him in the spin cycle. And finally, they're able to stop this play from getting any more yards.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Tackle made at the 10, 1st and goal coming up.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun give to Hampton. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up, because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on 1st and goal, it sets the table for more success.
It's Hampton on 2nd. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards, brings up 3rd and goal.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react.
And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Chargers have a single-point lead in the 1st. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
All right, here are the Chargers going for 2. Herbert's going to look to throw for this. And that pass is caught inside the end zone. The 2-point try comes through, and their lead's a field goal now. That's going to do it for our 1st quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. The Chargers have an early lead. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. The Chargers just about ready. There they go, sending it away. This one doesn't make the landing zone, so this drive's going to start at the 40. Excellent field position for him here after the kickoff lands short. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. And he's taken down quickly. Nicely done by the defense, but the catch does get him to the 39-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Raiders first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And off to Genty. Wow, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
From the gun, Smith splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And this is near the first down, but they need one more yard now to get it. Third down at the 29.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
Smith on third and short. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. That one gains 7. And that's a Vegas first down. They give up the guts. It's Genty. Room inside the 10. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders take a second quarter lead. He's into the end zone and already at 3 rushing scores before halftime, Brock. So they either got to find a way to keep him out or he's going to run his way into the record books if they're not careful. And he gets this one to go after a couple of misses already in this game. The Raiders kicking team is out there and they'll boot this away. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. First call here coming from the shotgun. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. McConkey's got it on the sideline. 16 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
That's a pro's pro right there. That is one heck of an experienced catch. He made sure to secure the ball, but he also knew exactly where the sideline was to get both feet down.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42. McConkey's got it again. And he's brought down at the line.
You call that receiver screen, and every once in a while, that wide receiver, well, he's got to be his own blocker. He's got to make the first guy or two miss. That didn't happen, play goes nowhere.
Second and 10 now. Taking a deep shot here. Toward the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darian Porter. And the Raiders have it as he records the first interception of his young career. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's first and 10. First play is going to be a give to Genty. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run got him 3. Here's second and 7. Shotgun snap to Smith. Hauled in left side. And he will be stopped now, but a lot to like about that effort.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Shotgun give here to Genty. and he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra, block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
From the 46. Short pass brought in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
On third down, Genty. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there, and he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Going to the ground again on first. And he works it down inside the 40. That's a run of 8.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. They go play action. Here's Smith. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Dump off caught by his back. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Chargers getting set. 1st and 10. Here's Hampton to open the drive. And he's brought down as the drive starts out with a 4-yard gain. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. It's the Chargers with 2nd and 6. Herbert from the gun. Right side into the hands of Allen. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Brian hit Najee Harris out of the backfield. So 2nd down coming up. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Could make the connection, was looking for Ladd McConkey. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Now Herbert again. That one's nabbed by Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Herbert throwing again. To the right and pulled in by McConkey. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers earn the chance to tie before halftime. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, You know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
The Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. And he needed a lot more power there. It came down a ways away from the landing zone, and they're going to start the possession up at the 40. Straight ahead with Genty. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Finds him over the middle. He gets it forward a little to his 46. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Third down from the gun. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, fourth down coming up.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
And this gets all the way down inside the 5. The officials blow it dead at the 4-yard line. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Running it with Hampton. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. About 4 yards on that carry. It's going to be second down for him. They'll stick with the ground game here. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. Finds some space, he's past the 30. A nice run back, but what a hit we had at the end of it.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce in your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Throwing now, Herbert. Has a man, it's Tyler Conklin. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Catch made left side by McConkey. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On the screen, this is Harris. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. This is Hampton, right side. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
He brings it in. It's an LA touchdown. The Chargers grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Now following the play, we see the medical staff hurrying out for an injured Raider. Chargers just about ready. There they go, sending it away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. On first down, Genty. And he manages 6 yards to begin this one. We've got 2nd and 4.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
From the 36. He puts some air under it deep down the left. Tried to float that one in, and defender's there for the interception. Dante Jackson takes it away. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Loading up on the left. It's going to be trips to that side. Here's 1st and 10. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And this one does not go far.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Here's Herbert. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, I think a yard or two short of the 20 here.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gain.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. To throw, Herbert. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Herbert to throw once more. He completes it in traffic. And he's short of the first after a mile gain.
We give a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
It's Herbert once more. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two, it could have gone the other way.
No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. That one's good to McConkey. And some excellent work on this play. Takes him a while to get to him downfield.
The nice thing about a drag route is it works versus zone. You can find that soft spot and get a completion, but they can be very effective when you got an excellent route runner running away on that drag route for man coverage.
Throwing on first is Herbert. Completed here to Johnston. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Chargers will have a first.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He can take it to the house.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Draw play here, Hampton. And his fight good enough to gain about 4. It's third down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
And it gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers parlay the interception into points. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
The Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. He'll take this at the 10. Things going well so far. A field flipping effort there as he's brought down on the opposite side of the 50.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field, and you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone. That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Back to Genty. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Smith in the pistol. Finds him on the crossing route. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down. Genty from the gun. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody. And maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
First down, and they go right back to him. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal. Another snap from the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap to Smith. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now it'll be 3rd and goal. From the gun, Smith. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Chargers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
This is such the back-and-forth nature of this game that we all love. Defense is just infused with confidence. Back-to-back possessions, taking it away, and offensively, boy, you just feel like you're killing your team right now. Got to protect the football.
Now they send their back in motion right. 1st and 10, Herbert. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Couldn't connect with Ladd McConkey. And it's going to be 2nd down.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Deep down the right sideline, it's his running back making the catch. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up 1st and goal.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done. I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense.
And that's a Los Angeles touchdown. The Chargers lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Dicker on now for the PAT. No problems on the extra point there. And the Chargers grow the lead now to 22 points. The Chargers just about ready. And there they go, sending it away. Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's Raiders football, but really just counting down the moments at this point. This game's gotten out of hand. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. On the option, it's Shenty. And this hasn't been a common sight out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry. Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Smith to the air now. Nothing doing there as the 2nd down pass falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. Throwing on 3rd, Smith. He's going to loft one deep to the left. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Had some room to work, and he took advantage. Give him 7.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure, nice little run to set the table.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Again, it's Hampton. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Chargers put up even more points in a win. Loud McConkey with a touchdown. His third through the air this game. And it's off the mark. The kick is no good, but I think they can spare a point or two given the size of this lead. The Chargers kicking team out, and they'll send this away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense emptying the backfield as they come up here. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. He lofts it deep left. This is caught inside the 15. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Look at the touch he put on that throw down the field. That was a masterpiece. And he was the artist behind it, laying it in the perfect spot to create the big play.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
2 yards on the pickup, and that brings up 3rd and goal from the 7.
This may be one of the only spots in goal-to-goal situations I wouldn't even consider a run. Now, as a quarterback, you better be aware of those eyes defensively because they're going to be all over you in the passing game.
And that's caught. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders putting up points in a game decided. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. On the return, here comes Davis. And this drive will start inside the 25. LA offense all set. Here's 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road for what looked like a very plain play.
From the 27. Has him on the quick hitter. And he picks up a nice chunk before the stop is made.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Herbert on 1st down. Hits him on the out route. And he's tackled for no gain.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
This is Harris on 2nd down. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the 1st down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
He just keeps finding McConkey. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They give to Harris from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
On the screen, this is Harris. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Hits his running back. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down. Working inside the red zone. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That's almost as good as a sack. Almost, Kate. Because those defenders, they like to have sacks more than incompletions. But defensive coordinators, they love pressure and forcing the issue. That's why the QB had to get rid of it.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Allen, the motion man, left. Now Herbert again. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. The 40. At the 20. And he takes it in for the touchdown. Great defensive effort late, even if this one's decided. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders get it back to a 14-point game. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. On the return, here comes Davis. Duke the defender. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20. LA bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Slot man in motion left. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Allen bringing in another one. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the gun, they go with Harris. And this will only complicate matters for third down, partner. They're sent backwards. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Downfield, and he has McConkey. And he's got the Charger first down, and that should be all she wrote in this one. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. They're going to pass it here. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there can be more interceptions.
And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. So the Chargers take this one on the road. And they can be proud of their exploits on the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0.